Musician Landon Starbuck and her husband, filmmaker Robby Starbuck, are celebrating a major milestone in their family after announcing that they are expecting their fourth child, a miracle baby due in October. The couple, who wed in 2008, already share 3 children, ages 15, 11, and 7. Mr. and Mrs. Starbuck took to social media on April 20th to share the exciting update, with the former writing on X, formerly Twitter, that he couldn't be more thankful for this miracle, a sentiment echoed by his wife. "Our family is so excited for another miracle in our home," Mrs. Starbuck told the Epoch Times via email. "Becoming a mom has taught me so many lessons. It's the most important experience that has inspired my growth from being more curious and critically thinking about the world to feeling more spiritually connected to God," she continued. The singer said she's also learned to trust her innate instincts over books, experts, doctors, or the opinions of others. "But to take that leap, I had to fully trust myself," she explained. "In order to fully trust myself, I had to heal from my own childhood trauma, reject toxic beliefs about myself, reject the indoctrination so many of us face as kids, and ultimately, I had to develop a strong relationship with God." She continued, "If I had a formula for motherhood, it would be, trust God to help guide you, heal you, and help you discover the incredible strength and wisdom He's given us as mothers." Navigating tough seasons. 2 days after revealing that her family was growing, Mrs. Starbuck posted an update on Instagram, candidly sharing some of the hardships she has faced during her pregnancy. "I just wanted to let any other pregnant mamas know that are struggling or going through a hard time. Not everyone has pregnancies where everything is smooth sailing, and they're glowing, and they're feeling great," she said in the video. "This has been a very difficult start of my pregnancy, and I'm hopeful that things can get better." Spending many of her days bedridden and hooked up to a heart monitor, Mrs. Starbuck told the Epoch Times that, "Some days are really tough. Although I was so excited to share the joy of our fourth baby on social media, I also wanted to show the reality of this tough pregnancy because I know I'm not alone, and I want other women to know they're not alone either," she explained. "Whether someone is pregnant, not pregnant, struggling with fertility, depression, or illness, we all go through really tough seasons. I know this is just a season, that I'll get through it, and I'm hopeful that the rest of the pregnancy could be more enjoyable," she said. Mrs. Starbuck disclosed that some of her previous pregnancies have also been high-risk and challenging, largely because she only has one ovary, the result of battling ovarian cancer when she was 16 years old. She recalled her oncologist once advising her to have a full hysterectomy as a teenager to prevent any tumors from arising in the future. However, Mrs. Starbuck was adamant that she wanted to one day have children. "That stung and stuck with me, but it also ignited my fiery spirit to fight for myself and my future kids," she said. "I not only declined additional surgeries, but I started looking into natural treatment alternatives. That experience made me grow up and learn to advocate for myself. I'm grateful for all of it. God knew better, and He had blessings in store that I didn't even know about at the time." Fast forward to today, and Mrs. Starbuck, now 15 weeks pregnant, has successfully given birth to 3 miracle babies, with another well on the way. "Each of our miracle babies was a reminder to me to trust God with my life and my future," she said. "God's love is evident in every smile and hug I receive from my children. Putting faith in God, becoming a mother has impacted Mrs. Starbuck's life in more ways than one. Most notably, motherhood has also inspired her to speak up and fight for other children. I've tried to be the best advocate I can be, and being a mother only makes me more passionate about fighting for kids," she explained. "Being an attentive mom who trusts their instincts, you become acutely aware of the dangers facing our kids. I realized quickly that I could keep my kids safe, but so many kids are left unprotected," she continued. "From there, my husband, Robby, and I knew that we needed to do everything we could to protect the next generation if we truly wanted our kids to have a great future." Mr. and Mrs. Starbuck, a music video producer and Billboard charting singer-songwriter, respectively, subsequently left the entertainment industry, dedicating their time to projects aimed at protecting children. Mrs. Starbuck founded Freedom Forever, a nonprofit dedicated to ending the abuse, trafficking, and exploitation of children. Earlier this year, she and her husband also released the documentary, The War on Children, a film that exposes the sexualization and LGBT indoctrination of children across the country. It's amazing to see the impact the film is having. Parents all over the world have been activated into action by the film, and the long-term effects of that are going to be exciting to watch, she said, noting that more still needs to be done. People needed an action plan to know how to fight back effectively, so I wrote the Parenting Revolution Manual, a free manual available at Freedom Forever US to give parents a battle plan full of resources to help combat the war on children. Throughout her motherhood journey and advocacy endeavors, Mrs. Starbuck has continued to lean on her faith and find strength in God. An interesting thing happens when you give your life to Christ. You don't just surrender to Him as your Lord and Savior, but you die to yourself and all the selfishness that comes with it. The older I've gotten, I've learned that sacrificing selfishness and world-pleasing isn't actually a sacrifice, it's the ultimate freedom from the bondage of worldly expectations, she said. When I know I'm living in a way that honors God, then I know that I'm living in a way that honors my husband, children, friends, and even myself.